What's going on, guys? KayGee here from the football capital with Borce.
Yeah.
Borce.
What's going on, mate?
I haven't seen you in a while.
Mate, you lost the address.
Yeah, my Google Maps weren't working.
Google Maps took you left and right in all the directions.
Yeah, haven't done an A-League show. I couldn't show my face after Perth Glory beat Western Sydney Wanderers.
Yeah, I know, huh?
It's been a while, but...
Zatkovic.
Yeah, mate.
Roods.
He got it over Roods, man. He got it over Roods. And I did the live watch-along. I decided to do the live watch-along on that one, and it didn't quite work out for us. But a lot's happened in the last, say, 3-4 weeks since I've done an A-League show, and there's a lot to sort of talk about. You know, we saw Grand Qual finally go over to Scotland in the end.
Yeah, in the end, Hearts.
Went over to Hearts. Apparently everything's going pretty well over there. We've seen a few signings in the last couple of weeks for different clubs. Most notably, I think the most recent one was Bruce Kamau coming back to Australia by going to Melbourne Victory. Melbourne Victory on paper looking good, but, you know. Yeah,
well, they just lost now D'Agostino to the Vikings. Is it Vikings or something like that?
Correct, they did. And they also, I think that today they announced Sparanovic's retirement as well.
Yeah.
So that's a big one. Obviously an ex-Wanderer who won what did he win? I think he won the ACL with us. Yeah, and so there's been a few transfers. One of them, Denzel Halls.
The Mariners.
Mate, that's a massive one.
That's a good buy.
That's a really
good
buy.
They've been killing it, Mariners, and we'll speak about the game against the Wanderers as well.
Yeah.
Which is a cracking game, but yeah, man, Wanderers on the up. Mariners on the up. Or Wanderers as well, but Mariners to get Winston Hawes in now, man. Wow, what a fantastic signing, to be honest.
Amazing signing. I think it just goes to show that they're doing the right things over there to attract talent.
Especially now sitting second.
Second.
Taking the rest of the season a little bit more serious, man. There's no, if they're going to go for it, why not go for it all the way?
They need to. Yeah, they need to. And just on the Mariners, I think their CEO, not their CEO, I think their owner. I think their owner sent out an email to the fans. And look, they responded well. Like, they got out in numbers against the Western Sydney Wanderers. And look, we all know what A-League, what running A-League clubs is sort of like. It's not for money, right? It's for the passion of the game, or it's really a dead investment in the end, because there's so many clubs losing money. But they put the call out to the members to try and get people out to the game, and they responded well. But it just goes to show where the sport is at, probably in this country still.
Yeah. In terms of funding and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, you're right.
Highest participation rates, the funding, it's not quite there. But look, in the end, they're still developing a really good product out there with Central Coast, man.
And that's the thing, man. Like, over the years, how many times have we said, where the hell are these, where the hell are Mariners getting all these players from?
Yeah.
And it's from their youth system. So something's been working there, and it's a shame that when it comes to the funding side of things, especially, I won't say successful World Cup campaign, but in terms of the numbers that came out to support the Socceroos, in terms of the fan base that week in, week out, go watch A-League games. All right, maybe the crowd numbers are not there where I think they have been in the past, but slowly they are creeping. And to see the fun going into the sport, it is a bit of a shame. We saw the stats not too long ago showing that cyclists and all that get more money into funding, for what, bro? Like, I got no idea. Like,
I didn't even check the participation rate.
Yeah, exactly.
But to think football's at the lowest end of the funding, but the highest end of the participation rate, you're right. Like, it doesn't make sense when you see the overall, but still the most played sport at a junior level anyway. And look, the catchment area for Central Coast is good, but they've also done some good business, like the Wenzel Halls thing. Obviously, Cummings, joining the club, but they've pinched a few from other teams, right? Yeah. Like Sammy Silvera, and we'll touch on him a little bit later. He came from the Wanderers Academy. There was a couple of others. There's Aquilina that's over there at Central Coast, but they've always sort of done well. And there must be something about the Central Coast that they're attracting players, right?
Yeah.
So, no one attracts players like Melbourne Victory. I feel like they're the Chelsea of the A-League, because they're just signing Warneroli and Kamau and this guy and that guy.
And still can't make the top half, bro. You have to scroll down a few pages to see them. It's coming into the season, I didn't expect them to drop this far, not it like
they're
this far. I was saying top
right?
2, bro, going into this season.
Yeah.
Even after they lost to the Wanderers or what, like at home.
Yeah.
Even I was saying, do you know what? They've lost 1-0, but there's still a lot of promising signs in the way they've played. But I don't know if that incident with in that Melbourne City game with the protest or that has something has that. It's hard to say that incident has set them back because
I think there was problems before that.
Yeah, okay.
But it didn't help. It didn't help the scenario.
Yeah.
It didn't help the situation. That obviously, that's what led to it. And if we can take a second and pause there and just think, because we're talking about the Melbourne victory and the fan base and going on the field and the flares and the Glover situation. I just wanted to go on a bit of a rant on some of the plays, A-League players.
He's always upset, this bloke.
I just don't. So from that particular scenario, nothing happened to Tommy Glover. Right? Nothing happened from throwing 2 flares into the crowd. Nothing happened. Okay. I don't think that's fair. I personally don't think that's fair. I think they've sided way too much with the player. I'm not condoning what obviously happened to him, but I'm also saying he played a part. Now, on the weekend, the Central Coast game, there was 2 incidents that may not have been captured on TV. But I was there, I was live. Sammy Silvera scores his goal. Ex-Wanderer was let go.
Instead of good old shush, mate.
Yeah, but instead of running with his fans, running to his fans.
Maybe he forgot, bro.
Maybe, yeah, but he was wearing a jersey, bro. You just have to look down a little bit.
I've played in teams where one team is green and one team is red, and we don't know what colour we're fucking passing to.
Hey, look, okay, fair enough, right? But like for me, it's the and it's been touched on by others, but I don't care if you celebrate against your old fans, but you don't. For me, it was he could have done it in a way where he would have run towards halfway and doing the shush. But the fact that he ran over to them, it was almost antagonistic. And for me, I was there live, and I don't condone this, but there was members on the sideline that were throwing shit at him. Right? Yeah. For me, you're antagonising a crowd, and we know what active supporters can be like. I just feel like you don't do that, dude. Don't do that. If in actual fact, I think that just took the game to another level, because that's when the game sort of heated up a little bit. It got the RBB involved. It got the Mariners crowd involved. There was a lot of noise. There was a lot to it. But I'm just thinking, fuck, these players keep getting away with it. And then right after the game, Marcelo, the captain's coming over to the RBB as they do. They clap, they say hey to the boys, whatever, they clap. And Danny Vukovic runs out of his goals and starts pushing and shoving in front of the RBB. Yeah, bro, don't touch our captain. Yeah. Don't touch him. You know what I mean? And again, you're inciting something in front of a fan base, and I'm like, wait till you get into the tunnel. If you really want to do something, wait. So my thing is, they're getting away with it. The players are getting away with it. I don't really like it. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it. Since the whole Glover thing, I was just like,
I don't mind that, given the good old shush in front of the fan base. But then again, if you get something thrown at you, it's obviously you don't condone it, and it shouldn't happen, but it always happens. We've seen in the biggest stages of them all, bro. Yeah. Champions League finals, Man United versus Man City. I
just remember Adebayor.
Adebayor got a seat thrown at him.
Yeah. But he also copped the yellow card, right?
Yeah. So if you're willing to dish it out and you get something thrown at you,
you've got to be ready.
In a sense, cop it on the chin kind of thing. Even though, and then if the cameras catch whoever throwing bottles or coins. I know in the Premier League you got coins getting thrown at players. That sorts itself out. You get bans, life bans for that. Yeah. But then I don't celebrating in front of the opposition, especially if you got cut from them or you got released and then you score against them. I don't mind giving the old big end, but you got to get ready for the backlash if there's any backlash.
Yeah, I just don't like the way he ran at them. I just think
run at them, boys. Run at them.
There's so many ways he could have done it. It was just fucked up. I don't know. Hurt me. I was up in the
Silvera, bro. Should have jumped in.
I can't remember who was celebrating with him. I think he copped it more. But he realised what he was doing.
You've seen that. I remember when Van Persie scored a 90th minute goal in the Manchester derby, and even he's gone to run over to the Man United fans, and just the City supporters in the sections around. I remember Rio Ferdinand copped the coin to the eyebrow. Yep. I don't know if it was that game, but one of the derbies copped the coin to the head.
Yeah.
And that happens, man. You celebrate in front of the other fans, especially when it's getting a bit heated, the game.
I just feel like, players are getting away with a bit too much at the moment. But look, there could be a different perspective on that. You just
maybe should have. But like, what does him copping a yellow for doing that solve anything? It doesn't really solve anything. To be honest,
I just think it puts everybody else on notice.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I mean, that from that perspective, it puts everybody. Like maybe the Vukovic incident doesn't happen.
But as if on the flip side, in a few weeks, it's the Sydney derby in a few weeks or next week or whenever it might be.
Yeah.
And if what do you call it? Ninkovic scores a goal, and it just happens to be in the Sydney FC end, and he gives it the old fucking chest pump in front of their fans. On the reverse side, the Wanderers fans will be loving it. Oh, that's all part of the game, and you wouldn't think if he cops anything from the Sydney FC fans, that's for Ninkovic to deal with and whoever the cameraman and all that.
Riots,
but you love to see it, bro. You love to see it. I don't mind that. I don't know about players throwing stuff into the crowd, but giving it the shush, the ear, the whatever. Kiss the Ninkovic has to kiss the badge.
If scores
has
and
to kiss the badge.
Ones like that, if he does these ones, I want to get technical about it. If he runs towards them, well, he's an idiot. Right, but if he does let's say he scores a goal, he's in front of the goal, he scores and he stands there and goes like that,
jumps the first fence of that.
If he jumps the first fence, if he jumps the first fence, I'll probably be there with him. But I just think, hey, you got to think as a player, like you're gonna something's gonna happen as a result of what you're doing. That's my point. That's my point. And the league can't then go, oh, it was the active supporters that blah blah blah. Well, mate,
I get what you mean. I get what you mean. That the players they get away with a few things where maybe it's like questionable. And like the whole Glover thing, it's like if someone throws something into the crowd now, if it's a player, they get away with it because it's an active support and they ran onto the field or whatever it might be. But
because you just don't know. Like I know, even in active support, you don't generally see women and children, but there is sometimes.
Yeah.
They end up buying a general admission ticket and they sit there. You don't know that flare could have hit anybody. Yeah. Right. And we've covered that.
The Melbourne, especially the Melbourne the Melbourne Active Bay.
Yeah.
It's not just a section, it's a grandstand.
Yeah.
And so we got at all active support, the main little section at the front or the central part is the hardcore, and then slowly it trickles away to I want to be part of the action kind of thing, right? But where the flares were, the first one was, like you said, could have been kids, children. Bro, I'll go to the Wanderers games every now and then, just see where the RBB are just above.
Yeah.
And the little kids all love to be right at the front,
absolutely,
but to the sides.
Yeah.
So things like that, you never know. 100%. I agree with you.
Whatever. That's sort of where I was like.
But Kev, there was a manager that got the flick.
A manager that got the flick?
Yeah, he's won the treble.
He's won the treble?
He's won the treble.
Yeah.
He's come over to Australia. He's won the Australia Cup. And he's been given...
I was thinking, which manager, as a manager, won the treble?
Not as a manager, as a player.
Now I know where you're going.
He's got the flick.
Go on.
He can't do it with pub teams, apparently.
Yeah, no, he just doesn't like pub-style players.
Pub-style players?
They're my favourite.
Mate.
We went to the pub after a win once, Borce.
If anyone's got a goalkeeper that's 13 years old, I need one.
Send him over.
Pub, park, professional.
Anything.
Mate, we'll sign him up for free, yeah?
Done.
I've got the president of the club here.
Yeah, signature.
He doesn't have to pay Rego.
Done.
We need to sort this out because I'm missing the keeper.
If you got some gloves, come see Borce.
If you can catch a ball and if you can just kick it anywhere.
If you can catch, kick, we'll be all right.
Rugby league players, AFL players.
Anyway, netballers.
We're taking netballers. We're taking anyone.
Everyone.
We're taking anyone.
Everyone.
But no cyclists. No cyclists.
No. They're already getting paid too much.
They're getting paid too much.
They got subsidies.
But Kev, Dwight Yorke.
He's gone.
That's an interesting one.
It's funny.
Do you reckon some of the comments that he made, he shouldn't have made them, to be honest, but he's already won the trophy with them. They're not looking too bad compared to the rest of the competition. There's a few weeks where you're like, oh, look, they're in the mud kind of thing, and then out of nowhere, they go on a bit of a winning streak and get them 3 points. But Dwight.
I don't know what the motivation was behind getting rid of him or him leaving or whatever the scenario, mutual termination, whatever it was.
The good old mutual agreement.
Yeah, but the good old If you ask sources close to the club, probably wasn't that mutual. But I think, and this is only an assumption.
Speculation.
Speculation, but it's come from, like, I did speak to some people that are from the club, and they're really happy with the replacement.
Mile Stajovski.
Mile Stajovski. So I don't know whether it was a scenario where they sort of had Mile.
Because he was at Rams. He was at Rams.
Yeah, so they sort of had Mile on the cusp there, and they want to do something with him, and maybe Dwight was maybe the comments or maybe being difficult about how he portrayed him. So whatever. I don't know. That's not the story.
I also heard from sources that like even players went up to the chairman and to the board and whatever was said in the change room that we don't really, I don't think we know the full story, but a few players copped a bit of a spray, and whatever was said, they went up to the board, they spoke, and I think the players kind of stuck together. So could have been a bit worse than what has been reported. But at the same time, in that all happening, obviously Corica, I know they've won the last game, but he was bit under the pump, and you can see Yorke, Sydney FC, that link up, that connection there. So it's not out of the realms of possibility that he ends up there. And I think everyone was thinking that's a shout that Corica's now, especially if they lost that game. Who they play? The Big Blue, they versed Australia Day against Victory. They beat them 2-1. But
they won them. They beat them.
They won them. But yeah. So that if he lost that one, that could have been a big shout for Corica. Thank you very much.
Thank you. See you later.
We get in.
But I think that's game by game for him right now.
It looks like
it's fucking any moment they're pulling that.
You know when they say, "Oh, we take it game by game," mate, that's what they're doing with this one.
I reckon if he loses the derby, this next derby, I think he's gone. I think if he loses the next, but if he wins, they're gonna ride it out.
It's hard, bro, because to me, it's like, is there any change into their game? You're not really seeing it. A lot of the couple of wins that they've got in the last couple of weeks, they're getting the goals, but nothing has really improved. Like against Perth, 2-0 up, drawing at the last second to make it 2-2.
Yeah.
You got to close them games out. Where was the in-game management? All that sort of stuff. I know, legend of the club kind of way. We've seen in the Premier League, Solskjaer, your Lampards, not so much Gerrard, but these players coming in at the clubs that they used to play for, and it just doesn't work out. And the longer they hold on to him, I think
the only reason I think is because he's had success, even though it was based on a style that was left for him.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
But now when he has to
rebuild and bring his own vision into Sydney FC, it's struggling. Maybe it doesn't got the players.
I'm not complaining,
but we all said it. We all said a couple of years ago, or maybe last season. We said it last season that even when Borce was on our first episode, we said the age of some of these players is worrying.
Yeah,
because they're high 20s, in their 30s. You know what I mean?
It's an aging squad.
It's an aging squad. We said it, and we're like, if it's not last season, it's slowly. If they don't bring in players,
because they missed the finals last season, didn't they?
So the first time ever.
Ever?
I think so.
Maybe. No. They missed the season when Del Piero came. I remember they finished 7th.
What? Oh, did they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they finished 7th. So he stayed for 2 seasons. One of them they finished 7th.
Okay, well,
I remember.
I forgot about that one. Yeah, but then we said about this Asian squad, but so he's on a game by game. Dwight Yorke, man, interesting. Maybe those other things behind the scenes. Look, if they're happy with Mile Stajovski, let's see how he
sources close to the club. They reckon he's going to be like a top 3 type manager, like A-League manager.
We'll see.
Yeah, so watch that space, but. Hey, listen, we're talking about Man United players. Morgan Schneider?
Oh, mate.
Do we dare? Do we dare put that association?
Let me shout out the RBB, bro, because that great marketing team they got there. I don't know who's doing the marketing at RBTV, right? But they had to sell the story with the Man United logo.
Well,
that's how you get the
pay. But he is ex-Man United.
Yeah, but he's played 13 minutes. 30 games compared to like Southampton,
Everton.
200 and something, Everton 70 something games.
Yeah.
Man United's played 2 minutes.
Yeah, well, but ex-Man United.
And he only worked when it was Schweinsteiger at the Schmidfield.
It was.
So now they have to fucking say, hey, listen, get out of retirement. I ain't Zwains.
He's on loan.
We need the Schmidfield, bro, to be in the A-League.
He's on loan. So
big up the RBTV boys, mate. They G'd everyone up. Man United, everyone. I'm seeing the comments were the best.
Bro, you know who
they're dropping. They were dropping who?
Like long shot, right? Because I knew it wasn't going to be a high profile Man United player. Like I didn't think it was going to be a high pro.
Dwight Yorke.
No,
Dwight Yorke. He's out of retirement. He got sacked.
But we need a striker, right? I don't know why. Like when I say we, Wanderers need a striker. I thought maybe.
I say Radamel Falcao.
No.
Here we go.
Even like he was like a built as a prodigy type thing. Remember Fraser Campbell?
Oh yeah.
I thought maybe him.
Yeah.
I thought maybe him, striker. He's probably in his 30s now, I think.
Possibly.
Because he was a young kid when we first heard from him. I thought maybe because we haven't heard from him a lot. I thought, maybe we need a striker. They go and get another defensive midfielder.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but yeah, Schneiderlin's
interesting. But to be honest, I didn't even know he was even playing in bloody, what do you call it?
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, was it?
Yeah,
was it Nice?
Yeah.
I don't even know he was even there, bro. To be honest, he went missing for a bit, but yeah.
Yeah, after he dropped off.
How do you think the signing is for you guys then? What does that do for your... Because Bozanic has been killing it, to be honest.
I'm worried. I don't know where they're going to put him, and obviously he's got to play. Who misses out? Is it Bozanic? Is it Amalfitano? Is it Neuenhoff? Like, I think they've all been doing a really good job. There's rumours that Amalfitano can play on the left, which means somebody like Yeni, I'm going to try to say his surname, Gilberto.
Yeah.
He might play up front, but like
Only George can say his name, mate.
I know,
he made a song for him too.
Mate, he loved
Legend.
He celebrated hard when he scored on the weekend. But yeah, you just don't know where you're going to put him. So I don't know. It's going to be a bit of a tough one. But speaking of the weekend, it was a cracker match. I reckon that was one of the best A-League matches of this season.
Yeah.
It was up there. Like being there live and also watching
and do you know what? This is fun. You're talking about obviously Wanderers and Mariners, right? I was at Marconi. One of the boys was having a bit of a bucks there. Last minute thing, and we're having a few drinks, and the game was on. We're watching the game, and one guy goes, fucking A-League rubbish. And I go, you know what? This is how I know you don't watch the A-League.
Yeah.
I don't watch the A-League because of that stupid comment. A lot of people, the A-League. Yeah, from what you guys have been saying from back in the day, you're still talking about it, when really you don't watch the games. Go watch that game back against Mariners and Wanderers. What a cracking game. And there's been a few of them cracking games throughout the season, man. Yeah. Even before that Melbourne derby was stopped, that goal, you look at that goal that they scored, that's something that you see in the Premier League. That's something you see in Champions League, World Cup finals, that type of goal. Yep. So in terms, I know the quality and all that, the players are not at that level, but some of the, like...
But they're playing like for like.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, you know, it's like... Yeah,
but that's what I mean. And you look at the coaching, you got Kisnoble was there at the time, Paddy was there, now he's obviously gone. But when you have good coaches, they make it work, they make it happen. You see the patterns, you see the systems.
Yep.
It's fantastic. And this is why when we get into a little bit of a Socceroo talk with Arnie getting the new contract, this is why people look at the Socceroos and be like,
we had a great campaign.
That too, but really, we'll get to that later. Yeah. But you're right. You know, fantastic game. Yeah. I mean, blow for blow, one end to end.
Mate, Brandon
goal. Cummings with that goal. Oh, yeah. Mate, on the floor.
I was praying something had
on the offside and something. Yeah, because I looked at it.
Something.
Yeah.
No, but like walking away from that game, I did end up speaking to a lot of people. After the game, no one sort of felt hard done by with the 2-2 draw. Like, Wanderers fans were like, we'll take it. Central Coast fans were like, we'll take it. It could have gone either. And had either team lost, I don't think anyone would have complained.
Yeah.
It was literally one of those games where you're like, fuck, it's a spectacle for A-League. And it's an amazing game. Had we had lost 3-2, disappointed, but we couldn't blame and go, it's the referee or there was a controversy or whatever. And vice versa for them. I think either team snaps up that last chance, and we had a last-minute one, and then they had the last-minute one hitting the crossbar. Yeah. Like, it was literally
when they scored their second,
I thought they were going to take it.
Yeah, they had a few chances towards the end where they're just piling on the pressure.
We had one 90th minute. It was literally cut across the face of goal, and the young fella didn't get to it, but it was literally that kind of game, boys.
Yeah.
It was end to end. It just didn't stop. So it was a really good game, and it finished off a trifecta of 2 draws on the Saturday.
Mate, Perth Glory getting the draw last minute there as well.
Yep.
And the other game
there was a
was...
send-off in that game, right?
Yeah, for Wellington.
Wellington.
Yeah, they got the send-off, the distance derby there.
And there was a send-off in the game after that too. The Adelaide game? Was it Adelaide?
That was 3-3. That was the day after.
Oh, that was the next day.
I can't remember who else played on that day. Macarthur and Western United. Because I know Jets won 4-0 to
beat Brisbane 4-0, yeah.
smack them, and then Sydney FC obviously won on the Thursday.
Yeah.
So there was a few draws there. It's Perth. Look, we're doing all right, man. I was always asking for a target, man. I know Target didn't play in this game, but he's played. He scored a few goals, and we need that. We need that someone that can put the ball in the back of the net, and I think that was a perfect signing for us. And we got Bert Gilroy. He's come back into the fold. He's been out with injury, so we're getting our players back. On top of getting Taggart as our...
I think I was like 8th or 7th now.
Yeah, we'll depending, we're in the top 6 for a bit. Maybe that result on the Adelaide drew. They were in front of us, anyways. Everyone drew, so yeah, it ended up becoming the same, I think.
Jam, yeah.
But yeah, we were 6 for a little bit there, but
it's tight.
It's literally nothing separating no one, bro.
Perth 7th. There you go.
Yeah, but
on goal difference.
Yeah, but look at you look at last, or not last, I should say Macarthur. Is there Macarthur there at the end?
Macarthur's 6th.
Oh, sorry, Brisbane Raw. Are they in 16 points?
Yep.
So like 2 points is from 6. 2 points there, bro. 2 points from the 6th position from second last.
But also 3 points from 3rd.
Exactly, yeah.
It's that tight. It's that tight of a league.
Yeah, man. And to see Mariners, and you see like even Phoenix up there, and they've got a game against what do you call it? Victory, I think.
Yeah, Victory this week.
Victory this weekend. So anyone can get them wins, Kev. Anyone can get them wins. It's getting exciting. The A-League, every week in, week out, it's been producing. We've seen players, man. Like if the World Cup was happening this year, there'd be a lot more players into the running for
Socceroos selection.
For the Socceroos selection as well. And
should we go through some predictions for this round?
Do we do them now? And then we talk about. Oh yeah, we can go
about the Roos.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, let's do some predictions. Yeah, looking at these fixtures for the weekend, Borce, we'll get into them. So Friday night, the one game, and you just mentioned it, you touched on it. It's Melbourne Victory at home to Wellington Phoenix. Mate, can Victory do anything?
Yeah.
Can they get anything right?
They're the favourites, just about, but
Wellington can score goals.
They
man.
can.
We know they can.
They
score
can.
Goals.
Ufuk-Tale's got them playing some great football at times as well. So, but you know what? Away from home, I don't like to use the travel. It's not even that far, to be honest.
No, it's probably the closest trip they've got.
yeah, it's not even that far.
It's probably the closest trip
I'll go for a victory win, just about. I'll go 2-0. I'll go 2-0 victory.
Yeah, I'm not convinced.
Yeah.
I
just think it's one of them games where they need to win now. Like it's a must. It's a must win. Yeah.
Because they're 5
if they don't win this now, does anything happen to Popper in your opinion, or is it kind of too much has been happening around the club with everything, with the protests and all that sort of stuff? Obviously, Nani has got ACL injuries out for the season.
Yeah,
that's a massive blow for your marquee to.
But he hasn't scored a goal.
Yeah, I know, but he has been impacting in play. He plays the part.
That probably explains the Bruce Kamau signing, to be honest.
Yeah.
That probably explains it. It was probably a better offer for him to go there. Look, man, I don't know. Losing D'Agostino, not having Nani. I know they've got Bruce Kamau in. I'm just not. Where the goal's going to come from?
What do you call it? Economides might be still suspended. Because against Perth, he got sent off.
Right.
So.
Oh, yeah. Was it Perth?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, with Jack Lisby.
Yeah, he's out too, so we're missing him as well. He got a straight red. They reviewed it. And because he kicked out, he's suspended too. I'm not sure how long. Because he got a yellow first, and I think, straight red. If he's got 3 games.
Got retracted. Then
so he's out. So they got players out. Yeah, I could see a draw then, bro. I could see a draw. I could actually see a draw.
I'm going to call a draw there. I'm not really convinced with Melbourne. Maybe once they get these boys in and they start maybe getting Kamau into the system, we never know what's going to happen. Saturday, the first kickoff of 5. There's simultaneous kickoffs, but the game we're going to cover first is Melbourne City and Macarthur. I think this is a done deal for City.
Yeah,
I think so, man. I don't really.
They didn't really this
I know
week.
they're not convincing.
Adelaide.
But
three
Macarthur's
all.
the yo-yo.
Yeah.
Oh, or do they have the bounce back factor with Stojowski?
The honeymoon period,
Yeah.
the new manager bounce.
Hey?
Everyone loves a new manager bounce.
It might be a smoky at $6.50.
$6.50.
They've got to travel down to
Gamble
Melbourne.
responsibly.
What do you reckon?
Well, look, oh no, I don't know, bro. I can't remember what the last game was.
Maybe a Daniel Arzani.
Special, mate. Someone that should have been on the fucking flight to Qatar, but speak about that later.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll go for Melbourne City because I think they need to bounce back from the draw that they had, even though they did come back in that one after they were 3-1 down, scoring
they scored double,
they conceded with Tillier's mistake in the literally opening minute. Yeah. So I think they're going to bounce back, but they have to bounce back in this one.
I think so. At home, they might be a bit strong. Yeah. I'm with you, City. Look, not a bad game. I actually don't mind when these two teams play, Sydney FC and Central Coast.
And they've been good games too, bro.
Yeah.
The last couple even last season, a few good games. I think Sydney FC got their upper hand in the last game, I think, from memory.
So look, head-to-head.
Head-to-head? Does it show?
Yeah, Sydney.
Sydney won the last game, I remember, yeah. But this new stadium is not really much a fortress to Sydney FC. They usually lose at home.
Their record, though, is...
the Mariners?
Sydney's won 5 of these fixtures. Mariners have won 7.
So they've been I'm going to go. I'll go.
The amount of seasons that they've been there?
Nah,
12
doesn't.
Plus 2
but how many draws?
14.
But how many games is that?
That's 14 games.
Nah. They play 14 games in one season.
Yeah,
they have versed each other 3 times, mate.
It's probably not right.
Probably in the last couple of them, last 10 or something, whatever it is. But I'm going to go Mariners, bro. I'll be honest.
I like what they were doing against us.
Yeah.
They looked good. And the one thing I don't understand, why they didn't start Jason Cummings. He came off the bench. That was a big call for me.
Yeah.
I reckon. Because you have him in your team.
The cum dog, mate.
Yeah, if you have him in your team, he starts.
He's loving the Australian lifestyle.
If he's in your team, he starts. I'm with you, Borce. I'm going to go Mariners as well. Shout out to Marty, the Mariner. He backed up a couple of... He made some good comments about the active supporters on the weekend. Who's next? Oh, mate, this
Adelaide,
a flurry of games on.
Is there more? We've got doubling up.
Yeah, Adelaide versus Brisbane Roar at Hindmarsh.
I think Adelaide will get the win.
Yeah.
Brisbane Roar been very poor this season, bro. Very poor. I know, and
also mixed results, but
but I just like how Adelaide play, bro.
Adelaide at Hindmarsh always scary, regardless of what kind of form they're in. And Craig Goodwin's
always up for a goal, bro.
He's always good. Ben
also,
Ben
one day with the injury as well,
that was
broke. I think it was a break. Yeah, you don't want to see them. Yeah, you don't want to see them kind of tackles and
apparently
all that.
The surgery went well.
Yeah, he was even when he played for Perth. Like I loved him when he moved to Adelaide. I'm like, God, no. Like it was a big loss for us as well. Yeah. But good player. I hope he recovers well, man.
Yeah, all the best
things happen
with the recovery. It's a shame that these kinds of
things. If you're watching,
if you're watching, mate, shout out. We'll send you a jersey to get signed. But Adelaide in that one, and then 10:30 prime time. Perth Glory, Newcastle Jets. Yeah. You don't want to face the Newcastle Jets from last week because they were on fire against Brisbane.
Yeah, I know. They beat us with 10 men at the start of the season. Last minute goal they scored against us.
That's right, yeah.
But look, at Macedonia Park, we actually got a good record, bro. I don't think we've lost there.
Mate. You guys are playing with heart, spirit.
Yeah. We got some of our players back. I'm not sure why Taggart was missing in the last game, but
the way Mustafa Amini, because he's a captain.
Yeah.
The way you just see it on the pitch. He's doing what he needs to do. In breaks in play, he's G'ing up the players.
Yeah, he does what Ruben Zakovic does, mate.
Yeah.
Not the best player, but his leadership. And I was a bit like surprised, like putting him captain. Even when I went to school with him, bro, it wasn't much of like just stay to himself, be quiet. I know he's gone on.
He didn't do much at Sydney last season, to be honest.
Yeah, when he returned. Yeah. I know he's had a few spells overseas, Borussia Dortmund, the main one, and then he's gone to other places as well. But look, at the moment, bro, he gives us a good 70 minutes every week. He puts in the 70 minutes.
You take it, right?
You take it. And he's been scoring a few goals. He's been assisting as well. He's been a big part. of the last couple of wins as well. So look,
it's a gap for you if you win it.
Yeah,
a little bit because obviously they're behind you.
And especially if Sydney lose to Mariners as well.
Mariners, yeah.
We've got to put a gap into them. But look, I think we've been playing well. I know Newcastle have been doing well, but they're another team that you can catch them up. Well, everyone's a fucking team that you can just catch them off their day. I swear to God.
Yeah.
But just because we're playing at home, Macedonia Park has been a bit of a fortress for us. I don't think we've lost there this season.
You're probably right. Hang on.
I don't think we've lost at home this season, bro, because
Perth Glory lost nothing.
Nothing at home. So I'll go for
Only you guys in Melbourne City undefeated at home.
Yeah, so I'll go for another win there, bro. I'll go for another win. Yeah,
I'll back Perth.
It's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Do you know? It's funny because when we played Sydney FC, there was a few comments going around, especially when they're talking to Paramount, because of their body clocks. Teams coming to Perth and their body clocks. We're watching games here at 12 o'clock. So Sydney FC players think it's 12:30. But for them, it's still 8 o'clock, whatever, 9 o'clock.
They're accustomed
so
to
their bodies are like kind of in the shutdown mode.
But would you think that a reverse happens when they come here? Because they lose time.
But then for them it'll feel like it's earlier still.
But they're losing time.
They're losing time, but even if they're playing here at 7 o'clock, it'll be like they're playing at 5 or 4. So it's not like their bodies are in that shutdown mode. We've got a bit of advantage, mate. We're fucking winning the league, mate. Just give us all get home games. And we're versing you guys at home, I think, again, instead of at Parramatta this season. Yeah, apparently. In a couple of weeks, I think. So, yeah, that could be a part,
we've already played twice. That's right. We've already played twice.
Yeah, so we're playing. But first game was at Para, then Perth, and now usually isn't it the other way? But anyways, I think because of the time difference, time zones.
Yeah, you're right. HBF Park.
Yeah, but maybe that's just that. Yeah, but maybe that's just.
Nah, not the.
Maybe, maybe, bro. Maybe.
I think they said by March the new stadium was going to be done. But you never know. You never know. Friday, 10th of March. If you know.
Same time, bro. It's going to be a half time, and your boys will be on the nod. On the nod, when my boys tag getting all that scoring goals, mate. It is what it is.
Doing a live watch along, watch us lose again.
Fall asleep again.
You never know. That
was a fantastic game, bro. I don't know where your team was.
we had you in the
exactly.
comments.
You guys were actually sleeping. Your team. I don't know what they were doing in that game.
They were fucking,
but
we lost Yengi just before half time.
Yeah, but we lost the.
I know you guys lost. What's his name?
Who did we lose, bro?
Forgot his name.
Yeah, I can't remember. But we lost that. He was killing it too. I can't remember who it was.
He's got a name that should be familiar. Hang on, I'll find it.
Can't remember from memory, bro.
It wasn't that long ago. Here, you guys lost. What was his name? Khalifi.
Yeah,
Khalifi.
Yeah, he was killing it. He was ripping it up. Then he got injured, and then but you guys lost Yengi that game as well.
We just lost too much size, and even then, you guys were dominating us on the park anyway. But that was our only outlet, and we lost it. So it was like, but it was a good game plan from Perth. The last game to wrap up the round, my Western Sydney Wanderers taking on Western United.
Yeah, I think this is
it's a W.
Yeah, for the Wanderers, bro.
You reckon? Western United are coming good.
They're coming nowhere, mate. They're going nowhere, mate.
They
have to score a fucking Diamante halfway goal to try and get a win in front of 5 people.
Hey, that was a cracker goal, but I'll take a 1-0 win over Sydney FC anytime.
1-0 Merchants, both of them from.
Hey,
so
you got to take.
I think Wanderers will win, man. Wanderers.
I hope so. I hope we back it up after the performance that was done against Central Coast.
Yeah.
If the team plays a very similar way, I think we'll be able to stop.
Depending as well, you got to remember though, Sydney FC and Mariners played before you guys. Obviously, the day before. Yeah. If Sydney FC take away, like get a draw or win, then hey, Wanderers will be next day. Let's go. We need to win this to go back second. Yeah. And especially
not only that. But the derby's the following weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
So
exactly.
Like, hey,
and on top of that, to throw things in the mixer as well. Like if that new manager bounce happens with Stajovski and they get a result over City, and if they drop points 2 weeks in a row and Wanderers win, mate, that just creeps you guys up more and more, bro. So
it's that close. Exactly. Close. But hey, a loss on the weekend and a loss in the derby,
relegation zone.
We find ourselves in fucking 8th.
Relegation zone if there is one.
We'll come and say hi to you guys. Like, you guys will be.
We'll be in front of it. Yeah. We'll be a Champions League spot.
And everyone was having a laugh at Perth, and It's
Mate,
that's how much the league. That's how tight the league is. Like you said, anyone's beatable on any given day. Which I don't mind that. But because it also gives you hope that you can win any game.
Exactly.
Right. So which is different from seasons gone by. But that sort of wraps us up from an A-League perspective. But we did want to touch on
Graham,
the re-signing of the Socceroos coach, an extension to the contract. I think it's till
4 years. Next World Cup.
Till the next World Cup?
Yeah, mate.
All right. Well, yeah.
So what do we do? Do we pack it?
Yeah,
but Asia's getting fucking 8 spots now, so shouldn't be that difficult.
It shouldn't be.
Shouldn't be. But Arnie will find a way.
I know there's a conversation around excuses or, for the qualifying period, how many games we played away from home and just because of COVID, whatever. I get it. And yeah, the Socceroos went to a round of 16 again. But realistically, everyone who watched the game against Argentina thought we could, towards the later stages of that match, thought we could win it. If you think just on that basis, then it wasn't the most successful campaign we've had. And it wasn't a overall success because we could have beaten Argentina. I'm not saying we're as good as Argentina, but we could have beaten them, progressed to a quarterfinal, Qual scores that goal, anything happens. Yeah. And you got to really put this re-signing in perspective. Is he the right guy just because we got to a round of 16?
Yeah, look, let's bring it back a bit to the qualifying and all that. Look, I like to give him the benefit of the doubt. COVID, you're playing away. Look, you're versing Japan, who have improved, and it showed in the World Cup. Saudi Arabia was in our group, who at the time when we were qualifying, you were there in the rain, Kev, that 0-0 draw. And look, we made it the hard way. We had to go to a playoff, and play Peru and go on and go through on penalties. And a lot of people were calling for Arnie to go there. I wasn't one of them, and the only reason I didn't want Arnie sacked is because no matter who you bring in, there's just not enough time. The first time where the World Cup was in November, December. We literally played 2 friendlies against New Zealand back to back, right? Yep. And that was it. When was the new guy going to come in and imply anything? Yeah. So I'm like, look, yes, we got there the hard way. But we made it hard for ourselves. But Arnie got us there. You could say he got us there, or the players put in to get
on merit. He
the
should
keeper
at least
saves.
Go there.
Yeah, on merit. Give him the opportunity. And if people say it was as successful as they think it was, then Arnie should have maybe said, you know what? Thank you so much. This is the best I can get out of this squad. Now, in terms of the squad and selection, I think I didn't really have too much complaints about it, to be honest. Yeah. If I was to be a little bit picky, maybe I would have put Azani in the mix because he offers something a little bit different. And not to pick Tilio to begin with until Boyle got injured. Then you brought Tilio in and barely played him after he was killing it for Melbourne City. Like the form, if you're going based on form, he should have been starting, right? Based on form. Or like in the conversation, like first sub, early doors, right? But no, he was left out of the squad. Then you brought him in because of injury. And then you look at some game management, you look at selection. But overall... Okay, and even with the Azani one, if the excuse was he's just come back from an ACL injury and we don't want to risk it, well, a lot of the players that you picked didn't even play as well. You brought Vukovic in, who has been out of the Socceroos things for a while, and you brought him straight into the squad where there's other keepers in the league.
He made an interesting comment today. Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it. No.
It was about Langerak.
Well, he retired, didn't he? What happened with him? What happened?
Yeah, after he didn't get selected, he sort of retired. And I think the comment was more around should Mitch have been there? No, I was there. Something along those lines anyway. Yeah. But yeah, if you see it.
Well, look, I'm not saying taking anything away from Vukovic. Vukovic is a fantastic keeper too, but I think he's come back to the Mariners. Is it a Graham Arnold thing where there's a lot of Mariners players?
He was at FC.
Yeah, even that as well. That as well. But so yeah, if the thing was Azani said ACL injury, he's been out, blah blah blah. I understand that. Even though I went to the Macarthur City FC game where he was tearing it up, and even I can't remember now if it was during the World Cup or after the World Cup against Perth, and he was a problem. Azani was a problem. Could he have offered something different to that squad and to the World Cup? Possibly, bro.
He doesn't have to play 90 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
He's just got to be there, right?
Some of the games where you're looking for that spark, he could have been that player, right? And if you're planning, and this is the thing, if you're planning with Azani in the future, which is still a young player, if you're planning with him, the next World Cup or the Asia Cup coming up, right?
Yeah.
Why not bring him into the camp?
Of course,
you're not gonna,
be around players.
Nothing taken away Vukovic, and I know I still don't understand why 3 keepers. I know everyone gets sent off. You need something on the bench, whatever. Yeah. But still, at the same time, like some players that came into the squad, I don't know. I don't think they'll be there in the next couple of games.
It'll be interesting.
Now with this whole,
maybe we should ask him, Borce.
We will. We'll get him on. We'll ask him. All right. Now with the whole, he signs a deal, another 4 years. Right, and now everyone I think I'm more pissed about the comment. No, it's not about the appointment. It's about how everyone, the reaction. Yeah. Happy, successful campaign. And the success is based on, we scored in every single game, the first time we've ever apparently done that. Yep. We kept 2 clean sheets, the first time we kept clean sheet in our whole World Cup ever, in our history. And this is the second time we got out of the group stage, right? Fantastic. And that's purely that's the successful part. How now is us going to go into the next World Cup? How is us scoring 3 goals? 3 goals or 4 goals? How many games did we play? So 4 goals.
4 goals.
How is the 4 goals that we scored, and how is the 2 clean sheets that we scored? And the passion and the grit and the fight, the good old Australian Aussie Yorke way. Yeah. All we had to add it in to put the cherry on top was as long as we had fun.
Yeah.
As long as the boys had fun.
Yeah, participated.
It's all good. It's all smart. Add that on top of everything else. If that's what we're basing success on, then congratulations. Just sign him on a lifetime contract.
Yeah, we got the medal.
How is any of that gonna push this team forward into the Asia Cup and into the next World Cup? Yeah, it's not. Someone here told me we played Mufasa football. Every game we're hanging on.
I love this term.
We're hanging on every game, literally every game, hanging on. Okay, against France, we're not expected. I think the result was exactly what on paper it should have been. 4-1. Yeah. And even that one, we'll take the positive. 100, we scored first. Yeah. Well, let's take the positive. Fantastic. Let's go, boys. Give us a bit of hope.
Yeah. Didn't last long, but yeah.
But then you versus Tunisia, bro. Whoever says we put in a performance, I don't know what game you were watching. There's 0 patterns. There's 0 style. What style do we play, Kev? Someone in the comments, let me know.
Mufasa football.
That's what it is. Graham Arnold's come down and he goes, all right, today, Mufasa system. We hang on. We hang on.
Scar comes.
And Scar was messy. So it took a while for Scar to rock up. But he rocked up at the end of the day.
He did.
How is this football? How is this style to hang on? Let's see if we can hit him on the counter. Yeah, fantastic. But there's a way of playing on counter-attacking football. There's a way. 0 style, Kev. There's times where Aaron Moy had the ball in that Tunisia game. Spins around in a circle.
What's he going to do?
Nothing happened. There's no pass on. Where are the runners? No one's moving off the ball. Where are the patterns of play? Bajic has got the ball. Instead of passing in, he goes out more. And then there's nothing to it, and nothing has changed. On top of that, Graham Arnold, how's your in-game management? Everyone can see fucking Lecky was busted.
There was a game Moy was busted.
They left him on.
Yeah.
But that was the Tunisia game when we need bodies. Get Mabil on, get Kwal on, someone with a bit of legs that can just.
Kwal didn't get much game time.
He didn't, bro.
And but he's Mabil, the one playing
even Mabil comes on, but. Too late. Goodwin's busted. You got these guys doing fucking Melbourne Cup runs, fucking Mackay Diva down the line, and they're busted. Yeah. But no, let's keep them on. So where's your in-game management? There's 0. And this is like
it's questionable.
A lot of people
lucky, man. It was a Mitchell Duke header.
Duke scored their header, but other than that, nothing. They hit the post. They had a few chances. Tunisia had a few chances in the first half to score a goal. But my thing is, where is the system? Where is the style of play gonna take us into this Asian Cup? I watched, and people can say success. Japan was a success.
Yeah.
They versed who in the group, Kev?
Germany.
And Spain. Beat them both. And they lost to Costa Rica out of all. But they lost to Costa Rica, right?
Yeah.
But the way they were playing, was the same way they played against Germany, same way against Spain.
Wasn't it tight?
They had fucking million shots. These guys had one. And they you know, you get them type of games. But look how, and these are the teams that we're going to be versing in the Asia Cup. These are we're going to be competing against. And we've struggled in the past. Now they've gotten better. Saudi Arabia, for me, they were the whipping boys of the World Cup. They've proved me wrong. You can see, you're talking about fight, grit, all the. Go watch that. Go watch what do you call it, Morocco. Fight, grit, the togetherness. Bullshit, bro. Don't tell me about this fight, grit, unity bullshit, bro. Like all these,
you're right.
And that's the thing. No one can tell me. No one that said it was a successful campaign. No one has told me because we played this style of football, the patterns of play, his in-game management, nothing. It's all about the goals.
Look at the end result.
But then that's what it's a results business. It's a results business.
Yeah, but the result was we got knocked out.
We got knocked out. Yeah,
we got knocked out in round 16.
But Kev, the 2 games that we lost was one to the World Cup winners and the World Cup runners-up.
Watch.
That's success.
I'm going on record now, and I'm telling you,
that's success, brother.
For anyone who's watched or hasn't watched or whatever, after we got knocked out by Argentina, I did not watch another World Cup game. I didn't even watch the World Cup final. I remember telling you this, and you were like, "Bro, you missed out on one of the best World Cup finals ever." That's how I felt about Australia getting knocked out, because I was like, you know what, we had it, it was there, had that goal maybe from Qual converted instead of being saved. You don't know. You go to 2-2, you go to extra time.
100%. Right. But you look just in general the play. There's nothing that we can identify as sort of a system.
My point is, if we had been better at that, we could have got the result.
Bro, and you're looking at some teams that Argentina weren't the best team. They've won it. Yeah, they weren't the best team. Not the best teams don't usually win the World Cup. Could be conspiracy theory because a certain player plays there. We'll leave that for another pod.
That's another.
We don't want the Messi fanatics in here. But look, there's teams that went through. Like Canada didn't win a game.
No,
but you know what?
They played well.
Didn't
they draw with USA?
No. USA wasn't in their group. They had Croatia, Canada,
England, USA.
Croatia, Canada. I can't remember the other team.
Yeah.
But they played a great style. There's something there to build on. Do you know what I mean? And plus, it's Canada. I think was it the first World Cup or first World Cup in how many in a while or something?
But they topped their federation.
Yeah, they did exactly to USA and all them.
Yeah, Mexico and all them.
Where they shouldn't be really making it.
Yeah.
Right.
Because even their star player wasn't playing during the qualifiers. Well, Davies?
Yeah. He was out.
Watching it.
He was live streaming. Yeah,
he was doing live streams.
But that's the thing. It comes down to it. Not one person that I've seen. It's fantastic. And I've got nothing against Graham Arnold getting the job. It's about people's mentality going into this and saying, fantastic. For me, it's like, you give Arnie the contract, cool. But now he has to deliver. That starts with the Asia Cup. You deliver the Asia Cup.
But that's where I would have gone to. I wouldn't have given him the 4 years.
Yeah, but look, there's an argument where it's like, you give him the 2 years. Oh, when's the Asia Cup? 2 years, or
2 years, yeah.
You give him the 2 years, and then
next year,
does it send a signal saying that? Yeah, we're not kind of sure. We might look, and then
But it's a results-based business, right?
If it's a results-based business, yeah. Right? But then if he doesn't win it, he has to get sacked.
Yeah, well, it's like, hey, mate, okay, you don't win the Asian Cup.
By not winning it, he's got to get to the final minimum, right? If he doesn't win it, we can't be Mufasa football holding back the whole game against Japan or Qatar won it the last one. And you got Saudi Arabia there too. You got Korea that's done well as well. We can't be just sitting back and have no idea and let's kick it to fucking McLaren and even McLaren, who was the top goal scorer, barely played in this game, barely played in tournaments. So we're talking about in-game management.
Yeah, even especially the Argentina game, the subs were really late.
Yeah.
Like the game was gone.
Yeah.
It was.
But this is what I'm saying. It's like if he doesn't get to the final, and then the football during the whole thing is. There's something like if we can't identify any sort of style, if it's literally play what you see, kick it about, hit it long to how long, and try whipping across, bro.
Good luck. Good luck.
But and you know what?
But
Good
that's
luck.
what we signed
And good
up
luck to the people. Good luck whoever and whoever wanted Arnie in. Don't complain. I don't want to see no one, because half these people that were saying congratulations to Arnie, they were complaining about him should have been sacked before the World Cup. We'll run with the same energy at the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, that's my energy.
For me, it's if you're gonna keep him, bring the coaching staff on that can help.
Yeah.
That can give him the help.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But yeah, look, I don't know,
It's
bro.
a tough one. Like, yeah, look, they're definitely running off the momentum of the World Cup success. But
I get it.
different people
But I'm
need
more
to be
the
measuring
reactions.
success.
The reactions, we're measuring success on 4 goals, 2 clean sheets, and we made it into the round of 16. It hasn't been done before.
Yeah.
We're Australia. We talk like we want to compete, but then we always come back into our shell. Oh yeah, but bro, we can't compete with these guys. Well, there you go. Then sit the fuck down, shut the fuck up, and just watch it, and then
good luck.
And good luck.
And good luck.
We wanna start making fucking the quarters.
Yeah,
Look at Morocco. Look at Morocco. Look at all these other countries.
But even South Korea made a semi-final.
They did. Greece
Turkey,
won the bloody World Cup,
yeah.
a Euro.
Yeah.
You know, against all odds. But
yeah, Turkey, didn't they lose to Brazil?
In a semi-final, I think.
Semi-final?
Yeah.
But
all
it's
that
just,
sort of stuff.
I mean, not to say look at where Turkey is now, but like at the end of the day, there was progression. There's stuff happening, and I just look. There might be a clause somewhere in the contract that goes, "Hey, listen, it's 4 years, but there's targets."
Yeah.
Asian Cup final. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. But we'll see what the verdict. Bielsa in, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, we'll get him a good esky, but
yeah,
we're the
top esky.
We're the fucking best.
We got the best eskies here.
We got the best ones. But all right, anyway, we'll see what happens with Arnold. But look, there's a cracker round of A-League coming up. Get out there to the games if you can. If not, jump on Paramount and 10 play whatever it is to watch the games. But look, A-League's cracking. It's a really tight competition. We're looking forward to the next round. We'll be in with another episode soon. Until then, we'll catch you on the next one.
Take it easy.